Hi, everyone. I'm Rebecca Crook-Stratton. I serve as the Secretary-Treasurer of my tribe, the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux Community. I am also the chair of Understand Native Minnesota, our tribe's educational and philanthropic campaign to improve the Native American narrative in Minnesota's K-12 schools. Our campaign has worked to elevate the importance of accurate teaching about Native peoples, their history, culture, and contemporary experiences. We've commissioned original research to analyze real-world problems facing classroom teachers in handling Indigenous subject matter. We have also sponsored professional development workshops to give educators greater confidence in teaching Native American topics. We're publishing new resources to help guide teachers' efforts, and through our grant making, we're financially supporting the creation of other resources which will be available in the next few years. But even among the important and long-term projects we're involved in, we also want to provide practical resources for classroom settings right now. Our statewide One Read project is exactly that. We are thrilled with the enthusiastic response of our donation of the book, Voices of Pejuhutazizi, for use during Native American Heritage Month in 2023. We're giving away 20,000 copies of the book in response to more than 800 separate requests from classroom teachers, curriculum directors, Indian education directors, and school librarians. The book's authors, Teresa Peterson and Walter Super Labatt, are extraordinary people, and they've filled this volume with a wonderful collection from family anecdotes to lessons about Dakota culture to Indian country history. It's suitable for a wide range of grade levels and can be used in classrooms in many different ways. I want to briefly note that we've had a great partner in the Minnesota Historical Society Press, the book's publisher, in making this book giveaway possible. As I said, we want to be helpful to classroom teachers in very practical ways, so our campaign website offers a limited preview of the book, just in case you haven't received your copies yet. We published a teacher's guide on the book, which is downloadable on our website, and in this video, the author of the teacher's guide, Odia Wood-Kruger, presents ideas on how you can use the book in the classroom. Throughout the Understand Native Minnesota campaign's work, we've been focused on making sure that we and our partners appreciate the challenges that you as educators face. Your job is a tough one, and it doesn't seem to be getting any easier. It's also one of the most important vocations in our society. My community and I want to express our appreciation for all you do to educate young Minnesotans. I'm excited that you're interested in our One Read project and are watching this video. Now, I'd like you to hear a few words from one of the book's authors, Teresa.
The One Read project is a tremendous opportunity to creatively connect to standards. It also brings understanding of Dakota and Indigenous perspectives to classrooms. It creates and nurtures spaces to increase belongingness for Native students, but also for others, because we're disrupting master narratives through story. Stories provide belongingness. We know that belongingness is essential to learning. It includes Minnesota history and more. And stories are a tool for this because they bridge understanding and experiences. They ignite curiosity and critical thinking. Stories also foster multiple perspectives. And we need all of these aspects in today's world. The teacher's guide is well thought out and includes all of these components. Minnesota students will benefit from this. My gratitude to all of those making this happen.
Hello, my name is Odia Wood-Kruger, and I'm a consultant with the Understand Native Minnesota campaign, the Shakopee Mdewakanton Sioux Community's statewide narrative change initiative. As part of this campaign, the tribe is gifting 20,000 copies of Voices from Pejuhutazizi, Dakota Stories and Storytellers by Teresa Peterson and Walter Labatt. As you can see from my copy, I've enjoyed reading it, rereading it, and sharing it with friends and family. As a public school teacher for close to 20 years, I know how challenging it can be to find quality resources, never mind having school district support to help fund the purchase of these resources. When we came up with the idea to host One Read for Native American Heritage Month, we considered several books, but this one rose to the top for several reasons. We love that, for the most part, it takes place in Minnesota. Both Teresa and Walter call the Upper Sioux Community home, and their ancestors, whose stories are included, are centered around this place. We also appreciated that we learn from a variety of perspectives. This book contains stories from 5 generations of family members, so readers get stories from modern day and insights into past events. My favorite part, though, is that this book is filled with short stories that can be used individually, grouped into themes as a set, or integrated into existing lessons that have already been created. The stories are honest, funny, and provide a window into Dakota life that many readers likely haven't had the opportunity to learn much about. While I was completing research for the Restoring Our Place report that was released in June 2022 as part of the Understand Native Minnesota campaign, I heard from educators that they were concerned about misspeaking or misrepresenting Native peoples in their classroom. It is because of this we've created a comprehensive discussion guide to pair with Voices from Pejuhutazizi. The discussion guide begins with some fast facts about the book: genre, suggested reading level, tribes referenced, where it takes place, and timeframes. It then dives into how Voices from Pejuhutazizi is laid out. This book is divided into 4 sections, with the introductory section returning through story, describing Teresa's journey to reconnecting to her past to help discover her future. While the sections can be read in any order, starting at the beginning helps connect readers more deeply with Teresa's story. The second section, the Voices, introduces readers to Teresa's family members whose stories are included in the rest of the book. Readers meet Super, Dekshi, Walter, Labatt Jr., whose stories comprise much of the third section of the book. The stories in Section 3 have 7 overarching themes: to impart values, transmit traditions, deliver heroes, reconcile, entertain, tell of place, and provide belonging. Readers can pick and choose stories from this section as they see fit. It is not necessary to read this section in its entirety or even from front to back. For educators looking to pair Voices from Pejuhutazizi with Anishinaabe stories, there are 3 books I would recommend: Portage Lake, Memories of an Ojibwe Childhood by Maud Kegg; Nawagizis, The Memories of Center of the Moon by Jim Clark; and Chi Mewinza, Ojibwe Stories from Leech Lake by Dorothy Dora Whipple. The final section of this resource is a reflection by Teresa about how creating this book reconnected her with her culture, built identity, and allowed her to find her sense of place. The book includes reference pieces at the end of the book, notes on Dakota language, the author's family tree, sidebar notes, and glossary. The bulk of the guide we have created are comprehension and discussion questions for each of the parts of this book. I am not Dakota, so it was important for me as the author of this guide to collaborate with Teresa to ensure that the questions provided are respectful, culturally appropriate, and honor the storytellers. I wanted educators to be able to dive into hard questions and know that it was okay to do so. Furthermore, we've also included links to books and other resources that could provide additional context for building background knowledge. We wanted to eliminate your need to locate these resources on your own. There are over 150 questions for educators to choose from to dive into these stories. They are separated by story, title, and page number. The guide ends with media analysis questions, where we ask students and teachers to consider how reading this book has changed them. Questions like, how has reading this book changed what you thought you knew about Dakota people? Or, what is your interpretation of this book, and what do you learn about yourself from that interpretation? These questions can deepen your classroom conversations. This guide is available for download at www.understandnativemn.org. Educators, we would love to learn how you're using this book in your classrooms. Please be sure to include us in your social media at #UnderstandNativeMN. Thank you for your interest in the One Read Project.